Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I'm also known as the Taropist, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are going to do a love reading today for a particular sign. We are not sure what sign yet. However, by the time you see this, you will already know what sign it's for because I will label it as such. But we are going to roll the dice, folks. Looks like we are doing Pisces today for a love reading. And any placement of Pisces, by the way, sun, moon, rising, certainly Venus, any of your big placements, though. Okay, guys, let's get after it. Was that Pisces? It sure was. Okay, let's go. We're going to start out with these dream guidance, love messages, and then we will follow up with some tarot. And again, we're going to do a full size love reading. So buckle up for the sign of Pisces. I reread our texts and it hurts. It says, my life is upside down. Well, Pisces, it does feel like somebody thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side here. They were surely and sorely mistaken. However, I did get like 30 cards here, bud. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to read them all, but I'm not going to try to analyze them all, okay? Because it's crazy. We are soulmates. You are my desire. Oh, baby, this person is like swimming in their regret. My love to you is unconditional. My love to you is unconditional and genuine. I escape when I feel close to you, and we need space. I feel like you might have taken space from somebody, or they did, but I feel like maybe they took space from you initially, and you're the one who is keeping the is the right word. Standing on business is actually the energy that's coming through. It's like you wanted space, and I have granted it. Like you're not coming back now, bud, because you figured it out that I was the best thing you've ever had, or something like that. Let's get more. We're gonna get your energy, Pisces, and I'm not used to doing these for particular signs anymore. Heartbroken, okay. I do think it was devastating for you initially, but I want to say that that's if there's the grass is greener on the other side. I can just see them thinking they've got it all. By the way, I want to say this too because they're saying this. But the energy that they're bringing here is that this person was only on cloud nine because of you, right? Like your energy is so potent and powerful and loving and caring and beautiful that you had them in your energy thinking that they were happier than they'd ever been because they got themselves there. Is the energy that's coming through. And so they walked away thinking, I can do anything. And they didn't realize that I can do anything energy came from the love that you provided or something like that. I hope that makes sense. I don't love this person for you, Pisces, but you are a Pisces, so I know that you probably are pretty understanding. I think you're standing on business at this time, but this person's gonna have to fucking prove it, is what I'm gonna say. Um, Six of Wands here. This could either be you winning, right? This victory here, I want to say again because I do think this was devastating for you. It wasn't a game for you, and you're not trying to play games now. You're just having boundaries, which I'm very proud of you for. We do have the Devil card as the overarching energy, and we're going to clarify everything. Okay, this does feel like a deep spiritual connection, but because of the Devil card, it does feel like it's a karmic, deep spiritual connection, right? Again, one that was set there. I want to say initially you were asked to leave them more than a couple of times. I want to say that you were given the cue from the divine that this was not for you or this was you deserve better. They were bare minimuming you, bare minimum. Oh God darn it, bare minimuming you because it's not a real word and I'm just not. Try to say it 3 times fast. I'm just kidding. So they were giving you the bare minimum anyways, and you were allowing this because you've received less than that before actually and accepted that. So this person wasn't abusive, I want to say, by the way. They were just not giving you anything. They were just lazy. I want to say, I'm getting like, I'm sorry to say this, but like a Virgo male, just icky and narcissistic. And I'm sorry if you're a Virgo male, but that's just the energy I'm getting right now is that very bare minimum. You're lucky to have me icky energy. And then this person tooled off like a toolbox and found out that actually all this like self-assurance and all this kind of like beautiful flowing energy actually came specifically from being in your energy. Okay, let's get more. And by the way, Pisces, you could be a male, female, or non-binary, but I love Virgo women, but Virgo men drive me absolutely mad. And of course, it depends on more than just their sun sign, but the ones that I've is like the audacity or the lack of self-awareness. And again, I don't want to sit here and bash any sign, right? And I had a hard time seeing narcissism in the past. So while I didn't love Virgo males, I didn't loathe them until recently. I'm just like, oh, just how can people handle being around them for so long? But let's get more. Yeah, there's something about you stepping into your power here, baby. And that this relationship, by the way, I wanted to say that you were being asked initially to walk away from this person. And that was like a lesson for you, right? Learning to have boundaries and walking away when somebody's bare minimuming you. When like I'm watching them look in the mirror at like they just constantly like I don't obsession is the energy that I'm getting here. And male, female, binary, like I said, you could be the masculine here, and this could be a female, by the way, that you're dealing with, that a narcissistic female. Feels very narcissistic, by the way. And yes, they're now feeling like the victim in the situation because you won't accept them back into your life. And I haven't gotten there yet, but the divine is saying that initially they would like you to have walked away from the situation to kind of strengthen your own boundaries. But since you didn't and they walked away thinking the grass was greener, your next lesson or test is not accepting them back into your reality when they do come crawling back, when they find out that you were the actual reason that they felt so good in the first place. Okay. Um, By the way, yeah, well, that's you, by the way. So we do have you stepping into your power here with the King of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. It does represent the sign of Pisces. So you, and yeah, baby, it's like this is you at your finest, in your energy, in your most authentic, but like I want to say charming and loving and caring and I want to say really attractive as well with the King of Wands right next to it. It's like you're attracting because of you standing on business with this person, you're attracting people, places. I'm going to pause this, Pisces. Give me 2 seconds, okay? I'm not going to lose this story. Okay, Pisces. Sorry about that. And let's look back at what look back at it. Who is that? I don't even know. You guys. Um, yeah, I'll link that song. It's a dirty little song, Pisces. So it is going to be linked in the description box, possibly, or the pinned comment below. And let's take a look at this from where I was at moments ago. Something about you stepping into your power and becoming your authentic self. Again, it's going to start, or you're going to start attracting because you're no longer pouring your energy into things. It's like you're taking your power back from everything and everyone. With it started off with this connection, right? This person walked away, and I feel like it was very devastating for you. And I feel like them walking away made you recognize how much power you had not only given them, but to other things that you put all of you in. I can't stop feeling dirty here. You guys, what the hell is going on around here? Let's see what we got here. 8 of Wands. Exactly what I was talking about. There is like a lot of opportunities coming your way because you have stood on business with this particular person. And then that because you thought this, I want to say you gave most of your power away to this person, right? They were on a pedestal to you. And just taking your power back from that one thing has given you opportunity after opportunity to take your power back from other things that you were either giving your power away to or things that you would have given your power away to had you still been kind of enmeshed in this kind of toxic situation or karmic. Let's not even call it toxic because I am getting here, by the way, that they weren't abusive or it wasn't like rageful and there wasn't a lot of trauma necessarily, but it was more minimum. Like they didn't give you anything. And then I just keep watching them look in the mirror. It's so weird. and like they were just obsessed with themselves and wanted you to be obsessed, and they thought everybody else was obsessed. And it's like the only reason people were even attracted to them is because the energy they were exuding, because they were in the presence of you, and they're catching this right now, not necessarily on a conscious level, but on like a when like they go out, I want to say, without you, they're not getting the same type of attention that they used to. I did get the Empress card on this person. They could be a Taurus or a Libra here. Wow. I'm not going to lie. It does sound a little Libra-y. I love you, Libra. Okay. I have one for a child. But the mirrors are not their least favorite person or their least favorite thing. I feel like there is a mirror in this fucking, you guys. If it's not a mirror, I don't know what it is. It certainly is the sign of Venus, but it looks like a little mirror, doesn't it? It is. It's a freaking mirror. Because it is about beauty, the sign of Venus, and this represents the sign of Venus. And it really, I want to say that I love the Empress card. You know I do. It's one of the best cards in the entire deck, but it certainly could represent vanity. Or they thought this was, oh my God. So this is like, you guys, I can't get over their self-obsession here. But it's like the pre-Empress, one of my favorite YouTube tarot card readers I used to watch. I don't really watch tarot anymore. But she always used to call that the pre-Empress. And then this is the Empress, right? This is before the Empress becomes the Empress. And then this is once she's become the Empress. And I want to say that because of this mirror that I've never noticed, and I don't even know if it's a mirror, but I'm definitely seeing or feeling that vibe right now, is like, this is how they see themselves, male, female, or non-binary. They see themselves as God's gift, but they're really not. And again, they were kind of receiving that sort of energy from you. And then when they would go out, you all would attract a crowd. Again, they really thought they were just flying high. They saw themselves as on this pedestal. And again, I think it's because you had them on that pedestal. By the way, it's almost like they could feel your intentions for them so well that they felt like this about themselves. By the way, they don't anymore, I want to say. And we're going to see what cards clarify this further, but the King of Cups. Okay, one more card, please. The Seven of Wands here. We're going to get more, but I don't care. I'm not, these look like loving cards, but these could be all in the reverse, by the way. I don't take reversals. And I will say that the energy on this person feels more narcissistic. Oh, because I'm getting like, this is it. They're standing on this, like they think that they represent this loving, compassionate, empathic person, but they're self-obsessed, self-absorbed. I'm gonna get more here. Yeah, I want to say, because I'm getting with the cards and their energy that you're getting this temptation. Okay, I'm getting like temptation here, which I want to say temptation to give it one more try. So the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, and it also represents a need for one more try or one more push. I want to say you're being tempted by this facade. I want to say this is a facade, by the way, that they're exuding this very loving, nurturing energy. And it does feel like they're tempting you, by the way, with the Devil card as your overarching energy. This particular deck, you can see that the Devil here has his hand out. I want to say there was a very powerful sexual attraction between the two of you, by the way, with the Devil card, as well as then we do have the Ace of Wands underneath that. And I usually can make any reading pretty positive here, but I got to tell you, whoever I'm reading for here is dealing with a stone cold narcissist who might have one of the best masks I've ever seen. Like, again, they're not attracting the kind of attention they attracted when they were with you, but they want to get back together with you so that they can attract that kind of attention again, not because they miss you, but because they miss the way they felt when they were with you. I hope you understand what I'm saying here, because I feel like you're being tempted to give this person one more try. Could be somebody that you're actually married to, and that might be why. Maybe you have children or something like that. Or you're having a hard time feeling it's like you've stepped into your power here, but the one person that you kind of used, or not used, but you saw as, I'm trying to, you need to detach from the idea that this person gives you anything, okay? Because they bare minimum'd you the entire time that you were together. And whoever I'm reading for is going to understand what I'm saying here, because there is a difference. I'm not talking about a loving person. I'm talking about somebody who is going to act like they're a loving person in order to get you back into their good graces. And by the way, I want to say that they started off your relationship like this, acting very romantic, acting very, I want to say, emotionally intelligent. They acted like they were empathic. They acted like they cared, like not just about you, but about humanity. And then you saw how little they cared about making you feel good after they got you. Okay. You could have actually married this person. Um, ooh, I do not like their energy, Pisces. And I gotta say that this is like, I'm looking at the cards going, Melissa, how can you stand your ground on this energy that you're bringing through here? But this is what the divine is downloading through to me here. And it's saying that because you put so much power into this person's opinion of you, or validation into their love for you, again, then you found out that once you got them, or once you got into an actual connection, possibly a marriage with them, all of the things they laid on so thickly all of a sudden weren't there. And you were like, why did they change? And the reality is they didn't change. They were pretending to be somebody else initially. And the person that you ran into after they got you is the real them. It's self absorbed, it's self obsessed. I can't, is there a mirror in here too? No, but he can see his reflection in that water. I bet there's like, all they keep showing me is this person obsessed with themselves. And maybe you are very physically attractive too. So that is a part of the reason why they ended up in this connection with you. But when they found out that you had a huge heart and that you were, in fact, a Pisces, or a Pisces Venus, or whatever you are here, um, they found out that you would kind of accept less than you deserved for whatever reason, for unhealed parts of you, of course, because you're an empath, and you also because you were hopeful that they were just going through something that made them all of a sudden change for the worse, but that they would come back to who they were initially, right? You thought maybe to the real them, but the real them is the lazy person. The facade is all of this beautiful energy that they tried to portray to you. I hope this makes sense for you. I feel like it's time for you to walk away, and I feel like this is your test. Like, you didn't pass the first test where they asked you to walk away on your own, leave them. The divine, or whatever, your higher self asking you to level up in this lifetime so you can accomplish the things that you were brought here to this earth to accomplish. And this entails not, self-respect here. This looks like, staying in this connection or going back to this connection. You can't respect yourself and do that at the same time, right? So I feel like you have tasted a little self-respect, and I hope that this reading will help you to see that there was nothing, like no reality to this beautiful human that they tried to portray. And the real person was the one that they saw when they got, or the one that you saw when they got lazy and thought that they had you. Okay, please, don't ever disrespect yourself again. I love you so much, and we are going to see you in future reading soon. Okay. Mwah.